countries have one thing in common, that they all learn through reading. And these books that they learn through are called literary canon. Examples of these books are Mice and Men, To Kill a Mockingbird, but what I want to talk to you about is minorities in the literary canon. Canon represents a country's culture. It's relevant to you because you should know that you're being represented in America. I've done extensive research on this topic, and I also have personal experience from high school reading these books that I required readings. As for my speech today, I wanted to tell you about how few minorities are being addressed in the literary canon, why that is, and the people that are committed to changing this reality. I'll start by showing you how few minorities are in the English canon. In an article, why 88% of books reviewed by the New York Times are written by white males, they address how few colored people are represented in English, when people are reviewing English books. They found that discrimination through a piece called published by The Rumpus by Roxane Gay, titled "Where Things Stand." They found that in New York Times, they reviewed 655 white writers and only 31 black. That shows the massive discrimination that comes from white writers versus minority writers. She also notes that a lot of white editors only go to white writers, so it leaves minority writers with no place to go. Since I've given you a little bit of knowledge about the lack of minority writers, I'd like to show you why that is. In a publication, Lit with Lindsay, to expand the canon by Lindsay Choi, she has her own view on the problem. She found that in UC Berkeley, readings, they had 45 required readings that you had to read, and out of those 45, only 3 of them were written by minority writers. She implies it throughout her article that there are too many rights boxing out minorities from getting in, having their books being recognized, and them being recognized as writers. By accepting only a few minority writers are in the English canon, we're passing them off as invaluable, and that's something that we have to take responsibility for. While some talk about the issue, there's more people that are doing something about it. There is a huge movement that started to address the lack of minorities in the English canon. According to an article by Alison Flood in The Guardian, Yale University undergraduates are speaking out against studying too many white people in the English canon. Connecticut University is continuing this trend by only studying white poets. With a quote by Adriana Mille, she says that many minorities groups are marginalized, such as like trans people, minorities such as like black, white, that kind of thing, and women are marginalized because it's so populated by white males. So now that I've told you a little bit about why the ins and outs of minorities in the English canon, I like to wrap this up so I can get back to sleep. I didn't have a good sleep last night. So now I'm glad that I was able to talk to you guys today about addressing a big issue of minorities in the English canon. I'm glad that I was able to tell you how few there are in literary canon and why that is, and the people that are making a difference about it. So I'd like to leave you with this. I hope that before coming in to class today, that you learned more about this topic than you will coming out. So thank you for listening.